It is beta weekend in Black Ops 6, and I have everything you need to know about the new Omnimovement, as well as what people aren't telling you. And the most important thing to start with is that you have your settings set up to be able to take advantage of it in its fullest capacity. Now we go into controller settings here. You want to go over to movement and make sure your sprint assist is set to tactical sprint assist. Then you click show more. Make sure your sprint assist delay is 0, because then you can instantly sprint in any direction without any delays. And you want to make sure that your sideways and backwards are both on, because with Omnimovement, you can move in any direction, sprinting, diving, sliding. So after you put on tactical sprint assist, you want to go down to slide dive behavior and put it on hybrid. You probably only use slide only, which I did in the last game because diving wasn't very advantageous unless you're jumping off a roof, quick parachuting, and getting that extra distance. But you have to use it on hybrid, and you have to get used to it. Otherwise, you're going to get left behind. So in order to use hybrid, you're going to be running. And then as you press your left stick in while sliding, you're going to dive. If you just run without pressing it in and press it, you're going to slide. Now, there's going to be a lot of times where you go to slide around the corner and you end up diving off the map. You'll get used to it. It's going to be a learning curve. Trust me, my first day was a little frustrating, but you have to. And because you can sprint in any direction and you have no delays with that setting, you still need to be able to change directions quickly. So unlike other Call of Duty titles, you want to go into your dead zone input settings in your controller settings, click show more, and you want to go down and make sure your left stick is turned down to 60. Normally it's at 99, but you want to be able to switch directions quickly and take advantage of advanced movement in those close range as well as long range gunfights. Now, even though you can do all this crazy movement with your hybrid setting once you get used to it, it's important to know that you can't overuse it because it will get you killed. You'll see a lot of players doing all this crazy movement out in the middle of the map and they just get shot. But you need to learn how to use it in certain situations, which we will cover now. As far as diving goes, diving is great if you're going around a corner and you want to do a 180 on someone that you're pushing. While diving is very hard to get shot, it is also a movement that is hard to get out of. So you don't want to dive into a situation and expect to get out if there's more than one player or if you have a person coming behind you. You need to be able to react. So the only time you really want to dive is if you're doing that last chance chow, or you have a situation where you're on high ground and you want to change your height as you're diving down and use the cover around you and get them off track while you still aim accurately, because while you're diving, you can still aim down sights and start shooting immediately. So don't overuse it, because the most powerful thing you do is take advantage of Omni movement. So in previous Call of Duty titles, your mind is ingrained. So if you want to jump chow someone, you run straight, turn, snap your aim, boom, boom. Now, or you could do the slide, obviously, slide, and then you could do your bunny hops. So if you're jump chowing everything and putting yourself completely out of cover, you're going to get slammed. Because now that you can sprint side to side and you can keep your aim completely centered at all times, you don't have to worry about being able to snap on target. Players are going to be using their slide feature to the right, slide feature to the left, and be able to hit targets and completely change direction at all times as long as you master it. And something I haven't seen anybody talk about is the fact that momentum is back. In Warzone 1, you could jump and then slide and it would give you a little bit of a speed boost, but in this game, it is insane, especially if you're using an SMG, which I'm not here because I'm in the training course, and put on your speed perks, speed attachments, everything like that. You can have situations where you need to get to this cover here, you have a player here, but you want to put shots at them at the same time. So I'm going to show you the old way, and then I'll show you with Omni movement. So in the old game, you would run straight, you would jump, fire, but you can slide as you're sliding, and you're in cover. So you could crack someone's plates in Warzone, and then rechow them, or dive on them, or just slide on them. Now I'll show you it with Omni movement. You keep your aim on target the whole time. You run, you jump, you slide. You never have to worry about being snappy, having your sensitivity settings on target the whole time, and shoot. And now we're going to move on to the most broken technique in the game that everyone is going to be using, as well as being a meme like in Warzone 1 with slide canceling. Everyone is going to be running, sliding, and drop shotting. Because as long as you change your directions as you're falling, it'll make your character lean back. So therefore, they're shooting your feet, and you're shooting them in the chest. You can even go into a run, a slide, a drop shot, into a dive, take on multiple people at the same time. This game's going to be insane if you put the time in and you learn how to do everything. And now all of this means nothing if you don't have spatial awareness as well as cover and understand your maps. Just diving out into the open with no cover into a group of people is going to get you killed. Now, if you know there's someone in that corner and you're coming around cover and then you dive, you shoot at them to start, use your cover to your advantage to finish them off, then you're good. Now, if you got to make sure you're sliding, you got to make sure you're diving with purpose. Everything needs to be thought out. More importantly than the actual movement is where you're going to go and where you're going to be. So as long as you keep it in your head that you always want to be around cover, you always want to be using your strafe, you want to be sliding, you want to be going to a location. If you know a player's over there, you need to think, am I going to go here? And am I going to go there? Am I going to slide? Am I going to dive? Am I going to run at this guy, slide, eagle him, and drop shot? run out of this, dive around the corner. Just do it with purpose. Just get good at it. Find ways to take advantage of different techniques. Don't overuse it. Now, if you have any questions about anything I discussed in this video, make sure to leave a comment down below, or if I even missed anything, let me know. If you found this video helpful, make sure you like and subscribe. We're going to be covering everything Black Ops 6 until we have to wait until it releases, and unfortunately play Warzone again, where we don't have Omnimovement. Now get out there and practice while the beta is out so you're ready when the real game drops, and until next time, devour the competition.